What is the best way to do Facebook ads targeting in 2025? The answer is slightly different than it was in 2024. I'm going to show you this new method. It's very easy to implement and you should be getting great results right away. So I'm very excited to show it to you. Before we get started though, if you could use extra help with Facebook ads, there are two major ways that I can help you: done with you or done for you. Done with you, you do a program with me. I've been selling this for the last 4 years. It is the exact amount of support that you need in order to learn how to run profitable Facebook ads yourself. If you don't want to rely on an agency, you want to do it, you just need a little bit of guidance. It is a 4-call program. We will knock this thing out in less than a month, and you will be a pro at running ads for your company in less than a month. The second way, though, is for done for you. For those of you who don't want to learn this, or you just really don't have the time because it really can be quite time consuming, my agency runs ads for companies based on performance. So you only pay us when we get you sales. You're not paying a fixed retainer every month, because any agency that does that is screwing you over or is screwing themselves over, which will only happen for so long before one of you is just getting a bad deal and you opt out. I only charge based on commission percentage, so it's always fair and you can always afford it. So if you'd like info on either of those programs, make sure to book a free call with me below and we'll talk about that. All right, let's get started. So how we do this new kind of targeting. We're going to go into a sales campaign because that's what most of you are running. You're going to do a manual sales campaign, of course. If you don't know all of these buttons and stuff, make sure you check out the video on my channel where it's called the Best Facebook Ads Course for All Levels, and it will tell you all of these buttons and you will launch an ad campaign with me from start to finish. But for just the targeting, we're going to go to the ad set level. And you guys probably know that I am a big fan of open targeting, and really anyone who knows what they are doing should be telling you to do some kind of form of open targeting. What that is just putting nothing in the interests or just leaving it super broad, right? But in 2025, we're going to do it a slightly different way. We're going to use this Advantage Plus audience to our advantage. So first off, click Switch to Original Audience options and then go to Use Original Audience. Now, when you come down here, you have the options for location, age, gender. Obviously set that if that's important to you. I will say though, with gender, this is one that a lot of people will try to pick one or the other. But for most of you, you don't need to define gender unless you exclusively sell to one gender. Because even if you sell like yoga retreats and 90% of your customers are women, it knows which guys are into yoga, okay? You don't have to do woman for something like that. Leave it broad. Your ad will show to 90% women and 10% men. So unless you exclusively sell to a gender, I would not recommend that you at least start niche down per gender. You can make sure that the ROAS for each gender is good, but after it's run, if one of the genders is unprofitable to run to, that's when you would turn it off. But just because you're more likely to have more customers in one of the genders, then I still would not niche down the gender yet. So let's go into the advantage detailed targeting. Basically, what this is I'm going to call it suggestive open targeting, because nowadays when you put in, let's just stick with the yoga example. Let's put in yoga. When you do this, advantage detailed targeting is automatically applied. And what that means is that we'll expand your audience to include more people beyond your detailed targeting selections when it's likely to improve performance. So basically, everyone does open targeting nowadays. You can't even get around it. If it gives you the checkbox still, great. But basically what this means is that it's going to treat this like a suggestion. So it's basically the same as if I did that. However, just so Facebook ads can be a little bit more targeted from the start, what you can do, let's say I'm selling to business owners who also are on YouTube, all right? What I might do is I will come in here and I will type in business owners, and I'm going to do, let's see, small business owners as a behavior. This is people who have a Facebook page. And then I'll even do define further, which means that they have to be a small business owner and like YouTube, not employers, not job titles, but YouTube as an interest. I'd probably do YouTube streaming service, and I would do YouTube as the general interest there, because what this does is they have to be a small business owner and they have to be one of these. Okay, that's what it means when I have them grouped together like that. It just has to be one of these and this. And as you can see, advanced detailed targeting is still applied. So what that means is it's just going to treat this like a suggestion. So I'm going to say, hey, this is who I'm going for. Obviously, if you have an idea of who this ad should show to outside of these people, go for it. But this, like I said, is almost the same thing as doing this, which is what I have been telling you guys to do for the last year and a half, and it will almost always win, okay? Now, of course, if you still have the checkbox, you're going to want to check it, all right? Like, so in the past, I would say, do you want to apply advantage detailed targeting? You would apply it in this case unless you said, no, do not show to anyone except for these 5,000 people that are employed by yoga. So this was, you got to watch out for this, okay? That was yoga employers rather than yoga as an interest. But if I'm selling yoga mats, I'll come out and I'll do this, right? You don't have to do much more than that, right? This example that I gave you where I define further is a rare example, but it's also one of the times that you'd really, really want to do it. For instance, I have a client that sells a toy that is like a martial arts toy. So something that we did is we'll just be like martial arts as an interest, and they also have to be into toys. And then also advanced detailed targeting is applied. So it will only show to people who have liked the martial arts interest and like the toy interest, but it will also show outside of those people when it sees fit, which we want it to do, all right? So make sure this is checked on. If you still have the option on some accounts, it is still checked on, and then you're basically doing open targeting, but it's what I like to call suggestive open targeting, and this will make it so it doesn't have to spend $100 to $200 before it figures out your audience. This will make it so that first bit of money that you spend, find your target audience a lot quicker. So try this out, suggestive detailed targeting. And in this case, what I would call, or suggestive open targeting, I would call this audience, by the way, that, so that I know what is being tested. If your ad set, by the way, is like, just like people will do like the longest crap, like, and then they'll have like some code to themselves. Like you're at like the quickest way that I can tell if someone knows what they're doing with ads is how you've named your ads and ad sets and stuff like that. Just name it how it's different than the other ad sets. Just name your ads how they're different than the other ads. But try this out, suggestive open targeting. Let me know what you think and book that call with me below. I'll see you in the next video.